Hey, welcome to Edgy Blades. I'm Ed, and these are knives I buy to give you my honest take on them and let you get a nice close-up look of, in case this is something you were looking for or want to get your, someone else's take on it. So here's mine. So what we have here is the Kizer Momo, designed by Vladimir Legashev. And man, I've had the Kizer Momo in my wish list like forever. But every time that, I did have the money to put down on it, it would go out. It would be back ordered. And I'm sure if you were looking at the Momo before, you've heard a lot of great things about it. I can't say enough good about it now that I got my hands on one. But yeah, it was a little out of my reach. It was like 110 bucks. And when I had the 110 bucks, it was on back order. And now, now Kizer has really stepped up for 2025. They are offering this now with, as you can see, the 14C 28N steel. They also have these in Nitro V. They even have minis now in Nitro V 154 or even the 14C. No, I'm sorry, D2. So look around, see what deals you can get. I happened to find this one on Amazon, and I just scooped up on it. And man, I am so happy with it too, especially now that it isn't aluminum, because I don't mind aluminum, but aluminum tends to scratch on you if it goes in your pocket. And yes, I do keep my keys in my front pocket, so things can get scratched. Now, this is Micarta. This is the green version. They do have a brown one with black G10 for the bolster. The bolster on this is actually aluminum, and it's nice. It's got a nice kind of like well, it's just got a great transition between the two materials. And man, I'm really loving it. I'm a sucker for a satin blade, and this could not be more beautiful. Kizer, they don't play around. They make some of the best. And I think this model is definitely one of them. So I believe it's styled after a Kiridashi chef knife, and you can see why. I mean, I can't wait to start using this for cutting up stuff, especially fruit, which I've been finding to do more often, and I even intend to, because I do a little side hustle of bartending sometimes. So those people want those lamps for those Coronas, so I don't want to disappoint them. And I can't wait to use this for doing that, and I'm sure it's going to be great for that. So without further ado, here's the specs. And yes, welcome to Edgy Blades again. So this is, as you can see, this is the model number, if you have to find it that way. It is a front flipper only. And as you can see overall, we've got the 9 inches, 45, 9.45 inches. Blade length is a very hefty 4.11 inches. Now, I believe the mini comes at a 3.2 of an inch blade. So that could be a little more your speed if you don't want to have this pocket sword in your pocket. But you know what? I'm really I'm not minding it. It's super light. And it just has like a dance of a feel in your hand, the way it's designed. So, blah, blah, blah. This is a thin edge blade, 0.12 inches thin. And yes, they do give you some jimping there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and of course, I mentioned all that, blah, blah, blah. Handle length, 5.24 inches. So you got plenty of real estate, even if you want to choke back to do some, swipes and whatever you want to do with this thing. So the handle thickness, I believe it is a 1/2 inch. It could be actually thinner. I'm sorry I didn't get that information for you, but this is only 4.89 ounces, and it's got a great balance point right there, just past right where you would take care of that liner. And speaking of liners, you got a pretty decent lockup right there. Don't have quite the access that you would like, but it's nothing just to go in there and get it that way. Or, as I like to do, coming around this side, make things a little extra safe. Let that choil of the blade there drop on your index, get the other digits out, let her drop, because it is a guillotine. It's got those smooth ceramic ball bearing action on this, so yeah, it's a home run for sure. And it is a liner lock, as you see. It is only right side tip up only carry, And what I do like is the original with the aluminum handle had that clip that was right here. Not my preference. I'm all about this here. This is super, and it's very comfortable in the hand. There is like no hot spots for squeezing this. And with this neutral grip and all that real estate to hold on to, it's super. And let's see. Can I do the reverse flick on it? You bet your sweet pippy. That action on that, along with this big blade, no problemo. Can I do a thumb roll with it? Sure can. But if you don't want to dirty up, getting the old fingerprints in there, I did pick up something from Amazon. Now, generally, I'm a big fan of using those quick thumb stud attachments that you can get on there. And you can get them like in 3 for a pack for like $10 or whatever. But I figured, you know what, I don't know how that would look with this, with the way this blade is out, so. They do make another version, and it's a bar. And I still don't know if I'm even going to do it, because this has just been so easy to work. It's just, I just did it that way. Do the old reach around, as Wayne's Sharp World can mention. Good shout out to Wayne, great guy, super funny. So yeah, this here, it comes with the 2 screws. You can put that right there. And I think that would work out pretty good. Don't know quite yet. Well, one thing I will say is this is much wider that's offered than those standard quick thumbs that are the round ones. And with the way that this kind of goes at an angle for the grind up into it, like that, I'll see if it works. It will cover the dame, but I'm not too worried about that. But it will give me something, if I don't want to just fire it out. But I gotta say, even if you're not a fan of front flippers, boy, that was a mouthful. I'm so glad I nailed that on the first take. This one here is one of the easiest front flippers I've ever experienced. I mean, even like that was nothing, piece of cake. And with the neutral grip and the way that clip just marries up to where your hand placement is for the middle finger on it, it's no joke. It's a beauty, it's a biggie, and it's only $75.95. So again, I'm not getting anything out of this here. I'm just sharing this stuff with you, but I figured you might want to know that. Some comparable options of size. Let's go down the list. My other new favorite knife here, the Petrified Fish Hourglass. It's a good sized knife, but not even coming close. How about the Victor? Anybody got the Victor or like that one? So yeah, you got yourself quite a biggie here. But you know what? Even for as big of a knife as this one is, it just doesn't seem like it. It doesn't feel like, because it's just so light, so ergonomic. Here's the PM2, the Paramilitary Tooth by Spyderco. Also a considerably large knife, but again, dwarfed by the Kizer. All right, how about the Praxis? This is the big Praxis. And there's an example of that round quick thumb stud I put on this one. So, we're getting there. All right, don't like the Praxis? How about some Benchmades? Here is the Bug Out, a favorite of many, not necessarily myself, but for many. And about the old Griptilian. Yeah, still nothing. All right, enough playing around. This is the Police 4 Spyderco. It's a pretty big knife, and I would say that it is just right about the same, maybe a little bit bigger blade wise, but not edge wise, as the Momo. But you know what? Whatever, to each your own. I'm just loving this one. I'm so glad I got it, and I'm so glad I could share this with you. I'll let you get another look at it. My God, what a beautiful satin finish that Kizer put on this. And what a sharp, sharp knife this is. Let's see. testing that theory. I can't slice up the Smoky Mountain knife work catalogs anymore because they quit printing them. Didn't know if you ever get those or if you had before, but you know what? That ain't happening no more. Good grief. That is one of the sharpest slicing knives I've had in my hands in a long time. I'm not even trying, and it's just a laser going right through it. That's nuts. I'm in love, and I think you could be too. If this is something that you had your eyes on, I wouldn't hesitate on it. I'm sure these are going to go out of stock very soon, but I'll let you get one last look-see at it. And yes, there is some decent jimping there, but it doesn't go up the spine. So if I want to put that attachment on there, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. And I believe these are T8s. Let's see. $10-4, good buddy. T8s. And yes, it is nicely milled. The liner lock is, I'd say maybe about 35 or 40% on there, so that's good. That's great. So you got plenty of wiggle room for when it wears and so forth. And yeah, you do even have a lanyard option if you're one of those folks that likes to put that on there. I'm sure with this here, it'd be maybe something nice. You know, if you are a chef maybe and you have those kind of loose baggy pants or something, you don't want to have just a pocket clip there. You could just use that lanyard to do that and chop up your tomatoes and onions. So whatever. So anywho, once again, I'm at G Blades, and I really would appreciate if you would like the video. I hope you did, and please let me know that you did, or any comments that you have. They're welcomed as long as they're nice. I'm kidding, you know. I try to respond to the comments that I'm getting. I am a small channel, but I've been doing this for a few years now. Sure would like to make at least to get 1,000 subscribers. That would be, let me know this is worthwhile, and I'm just happy to be able to do this for you. Just give you a fellow knife nuts take on it, and not one that's being bought to give. So there you go. Hope you liked the video. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Take care.